Almost there. Sec here. The URLs for my Discord notification. Almost ready. All right. Click that now. All right, let's see if this, oh gosh, this isn't on top. Always something, always something. Come on. There we go. Right. Hopefully we don't have any further problems. This monitor, though, I'm going to have to, it's going to be a pain in the butt, right? But I'm going to have to do it this next week. I'm going to have to take this monitor, drive it over to the store and say, it's broken. It's not working right. Can you trade it for another one? So, yeah. Although technically there is one thing I have to try, but with my graphics card before I do this, I forgot to do that. I need to like try to unplug it and reset it or something like that, and then if it still has problems, then it's the monitor and not my graphics card. If it doesn't, then it's my graphics card. Either way, then that means I need to replace the graphics card or whatever, so we'll see, I guess. It won't be necessarily this next week. It'll depend on if it goes out sometime during the week again or not, so I know it's still a problem. In which case, then, yeah, obviously. So we've apparently run into a more pressing and dangerous situation in this part 2, right? Because in this, not only now do we know that some past ancestor spirit that can't die or something wants to possess us and use our body like a puppet or like a costume or something, wearing us around. But then on top of that, we've also got this problem where I don't know if it's actually going to be a problem generally. It'll depend. But basically underneath the town, in the sewers, under Archimond, there's been some dangerous creature down there, right? Because we'd gone down there to find a piece of the amulet that we needed. We got it, but then were noticed by a couple of guys down there, and they knocked me out, or knocked our character out, right? Knocked Howard Loreid out, and put him into a room. When he woke up, when he came to, the couple of guys were outside the door, the door to where he was, speaking, and they were talking about being armed to the teeth and it's no problem and stuff. And then something, while we were still in that room, came to where they were and killed them both. And then left. And then we got out of the room. We're like, danger? So we had to get out of there. So, hey, Phil Fox, I am. Was I not live before? I should have been. I started a little early. Well, so two things. One, I started an hour earlier because I have to be up and out, wake up an hour earlier tomorrow. So there's that. And then also I started a couple of minutes before the stream Well, no, I think I started right on time, about right around the hour. Anyway, but yeah, I started an hour earlier because I have to leave an hour earlier tomorrow than normal. So. Now, I can't remember. I think you were here last week, were you not? To see what happened then? We were down in the former asylum. There was the glass case. There was like a gorilla head with an amulet piece on it. And we got knocked out, locked in a room. And then the guys who knocked us out outside, there was a conversation and they got attacked by something, we don't know what, and killed by whatever it was. That was all last time. Okay, I want to load this, not this. I do remember that. I wanted to load this other one. Although, when I load this, I want to rename it because it should be, first of all, it should be, well, here, let me do this, first of all. Let me see. 17 hours, 19 minutes, 16 hours, 39 minutes. Yeah, definitely. So let's delete this one that's earlier. I forgot you could delete, so we'll delete that one. Okay, then this one. And then I'm going to save it right away after, so I'll have correct numbering. Just primarily so I don't get confused by stuff. So. Yep. And then we'll call it 08. Alright. So we're back at our home, or like where we grew up or whatever, or a little bit of where we grew up anyway. What was this? Oh. Shadow Out of Time. I don't know if I saw this before. Another ode. Kind of like in the other room. On the bed, too, there's an ode to different authors. Nothing to do with it. It's just not an Easter egg exactly, but kind of an Easter egg saying, hey, we really love these guys. Oh, I found this too. Lord of the Secrets. Find the book Darkness Within 1 along with the Lovecraft book in the something, in the library or something, I guess. Darkness Within, bestseller, H.P. Lovecraft. In Pursuit of Loath Nolder. I mean, this is the first game, right? But yeah. Cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought this was an Easter egg, and I saw this, and I was like, wait, Darkness Within? Cool. That's awesome. Page from an almanac. But I can't do anything with it, I guess? It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have little Easter eggs like that, right? I didn't even know that was in there. They had another one earlier, too. Go downstairs. Now, I did some other stuff in the room first, so maybe something else is required beforehand. But over here, there was a box, and if you unlock the box, it has the monkey's paw. So it's an ode to that short story, right? So, a bit of that here and there. It's cool. Library's over here. I don't know if there's anything else in the library, though, to be honest. We were there, but... I don't think I can open any of these, though, right? I don't think so. Yeah, no. Okay. Also no on these, I think, right? There are more drawers. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Hang on. Let's put you back all nice and neat and stuff. Something like that, anyway. I don't know if any of these are either, but there were more drawers, so I figured I'd check. Can't open that. This open, we already did that. None of these other drawers either. Yeah, I think that's all. Those are all the drawers. Yeah, I think that's it in here. I'm not positive, but I think so. And this over here is... a bedroom with like a side vanity or something as well. We've already done this book, right? Yeah, this is the Edwin Pickman poem. Yep, so we've already done that. We did that earlier. This shattered. So we've done that. I don't exactly know what is left. We have the full amulet. I don't know if we need to do anything else before using the amulet. I also am not totally sure I know where I want to, or where I'm supposed to use the amulet. Because the amulet is, I think, supposed to... Whoa! Okay. We'll just reload, I guess. I guess I'm not allowed to jump there. All right, well, whatever. Okay. I just fell through the world. Amazing. I jumped. Apparently, there's some part of the wall here or the floor or something that is not actually fully connected. It looks like it visually, but there's a gap or something, and I jumped in that gap and fell through the world. That is weird. That doesn't normally happen, but you can make that mistake. In a high-level sense, effectively, imagine you're creating a box. Okay? So you cut all the sides of the box and you start assembling them together. But you leave like a little tiny hole in a corner. You didn't quite get that glued together or something. Then if you were to put, say, sand or something in it, some of that sand might fall out of that corner, right? It's kind of a similar idea. The geometry, or the calculations for geometry within a video game, determine where you are or are not allowed to walk, what things let you... So they're like a lot of different things, right? They're like certain terrain you can walk on and others you cannot. So like you might be able to walk on like a path, but maybe there are bushes or there's grass or something, and the game doesn't want to let you go there, so it just says that's not walkable. You're not allowed to walk on that. So if you click there, nothing happens. Or you might have something like maybe you want to go this way, but suddenly there's an invisible wall, those kinds of things. So those are little things you can put into the code to tell the game how it behaves when a player interacts with the code, with their mouse, with the keyboard, whatever. So, but in doing that, you have all these different individual objects, like this whole thing here, or at least some, it might be in pieces too, but let's say there were no doors on here. Let's say it's just one long wall. Then this wall would be a rectangular object. Very thin, but a long rectangular object. So it looked like it was the side of a hallway, right? So anyway, and on all those objects, you have to tell, if you want any kind of interaction, you have to tell the game, the computer program that's the game, how to behave when you interact with it. And if you don't want interaction, you have to also tell the game how to, when somebody tries to interact, what to do since they're not allowed to interact, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's a similar thing there, where the corner of whatever it was that I fell through didn't quite reach. Well, now there's this gap. They never accounted for that gap in their code. So if I land there, the game doesn't know how to respond. So it says, well, there's an opening, right? It's not the wall, so you're not prevented from going through. It's not the floor, so you're not prevented from going through. So apparently you're allowed to go through there, is what the game thinks. So you fall through, but then there's literally nothing underneath there because the developers never put that in the game because they're like, nobody's going to go on the other side of this wall, so there's no reason to put extra stuff there, right? Hope that makes sense. Anyway, something along those lines. So this is the cult, or a cult, maybe not the same one. I don't know if this is the Children of Dis or not, or Children of Dis or not, but this is a cult worshiping this godlike figure, I guess. This is definitely not Christian, I don't think, right? I mean, these don't look Christian, masks and stuff, and cone hats, and this doesn't exactly look like a Christian type of a symbol either, right? Or Hindi, or Islamic, right? Doesn't look like any of the major religions I know about, from what I can tell. So I think this is probably some kind of occult, Lovecraftian religion, probably, or something, right? I don't see anything to interact with on the portrait. I'm just doing this to see if I can spot something I might otherwise miss, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing here. Okay, so it's interesting. Because I don't really know what you're supposed to do with anything here. Oh, hang on. If I do this, then I have the flashlight going. If I come back out, hang on. Okay, so I'm using the lantern. I'm not using the flashlight, just making sure. Okay. I don't think this would go on anything here. This is the amulet or the symbol or whatever that I made by assembling pieces last time I was getting one of those pieces. Actually, I got two of the pieces last time. So 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we talked to Loath Nolder in his, new body that's kind of falling apart or whatever. And he gave us one piece of the amulet. Okay. And then we got a second piece down in that abandoned asylum thing, in that case where the gorilla head was, like I was saying before. And then we got the third piece by going to the, I don't remember the name of it, but the hotel or the motel, whatever, the inn that's in the town of Arkham. And in that inn, we went to a room that used to be, or is the room where supposedly our grandmother had stayed. She had fled, like left the property here. She was going to go leave her husband completely because he got involved with the cults and everything. So she left. The cult told him or said he needed to go after her. And he had eventually found her and brought her back here and locked her in a room, and she never left the room. She basically died in the room. But while she was away, after she had left, before he had brought her back, she had stayed in the inn in Arkham. And so at the room where she stayed, we moved the bed and lifted up a floorboard, and were able to find another piece of the amulet as well. So we found one that she had hidden, left behind. And then we found one from the abandoned asylum, and then Loath Nolder gave us another one. I think the one at the abandoned asylum and the one that Loath Nolder gave us were the two that were already known to exist, like where the cult knew where they were, and they had already been in the hands of cult members of varying kinds, right? Loath Nolder was not, I guess, a member of the cult, but he had been investigating them and so pretended to be. And so at some point, during his involvement with the cult, he managed to get his hands on one piece and brought it back with him. Or like took it away with him, I guess. So he fled away from the cult, but he took the piece with him. The second piece was the one that we found in the asylum, the abandoned asylum. They had put it there for safekeeping, I guess. So those were 2 pieces that the cult already had. Our piece was in our grandmother's hands. She was not insane. So what happened was, basically, so she had married, so our character's name is Howard, okay? So we'll go from that. So Howard's grandmother had married Howard's grandfather, right? And they were happy, and they lived somewhere else for a time. Eventually, the grandfather was convinced to come back here to the Loreid mansion and live here instead. Start taking care of the place and all that stuff. So he did. Howard's grandfather and his grandmother moved here to be back at the estate of the Loreid family. And they were here for a bit, and I don't remember all of the details specifically of how. I don't know if we know exactly how. But at some point, Howard's grandfather started becoming associated with people who were in the cult called the Children of Dis. Now, we don't know if there was like a single friend who then kind of introduced him into the cult. We're not sure. We don't know that information. All we know is that he got involved in the cult at some point. And so he started being away from home more. She missed him. She started complaining about it and stuff. He started then bringing members of the cult to his mansion, and they'd have their cult meetings there. And she hated them. She hated the meetings. She hated the people of the cult. She hated the cult itself, right? So she got really frustrated and worried, and especially because she noticed over time, especially once the cult members came to his mansion, that Howard's grandfather started to change over time. And I don't mean physical change. I mean mentally. Like his attitude and his emotional state and things started to change. And she didn't like it. So finally she told him she was fed up with it, and they didn't like it. And so they wouldn't listen to her. So finally she left the mansion. She's like, I'm out of here. Forget it. You're all crazy. Go be crazy together. Have fun with each other. She took their son, whose name I believe was William, and she took William and tried to leave. She made it so this mansion is not in the town. It's outside the town little ways, right? So she made it to the town and stayed in the inn that was there. But that wasn't far enough away, of course. There are some people from the cult who live in town, and also, of course, the town is not that far away from the mansion. So she checked into the inn. Apparently, before she left, let me see how I word this to not make it very long. Okay, on the property where the mansion is, there's a crypt, not connected to the mansion, but on the property, a little ways to the side, okay? In the crypt, in one of the coffins, was supposed to be one piece of this amulet. Okay? One piece of that was supposed to be in one of the coffins in the crypt. Apparently, when Howard's grandmother left with William to flee from the cultists, she somehow, before doing that, got that piece of the amulet and took it with her. So now she's left with his son and taken his amulet, a piece of his amulet. So they tracked her down. They went and found her in the hotel. Before they got to her, under the bed in her hotel, she had pulled up some floorboards and stuffed the amulet in there and then pushed the bed back so that people didn't know that it was underneath the bed. Okay? And then they caught her and they dragged her all the way back. I don't know about literally dragged, right? But they dragged her metaphorically or whatever, all the way back to the mansion, this Loreid mansion, and they locked her in a room, and she never left the room until the time she died. They kept her locked up until eventually she died. So that's all of that. Does that all make sense? Is there any, now that I've told you the whole full story, do you have any questions based on what I told you, I guess? I just kept going because I was about to answer the question like they locked her away and stuff like that. So I just wanted to finish that. And now, please, if you have any questions, obviously make sure you ask them of me. And if I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't know the answer, then I'll say I don't know, of course. But if I know the answer, I'll tell you. Let's see. We were in there. That's our room, which has pretty much nothing else. We've already got whatever was in there. That's right. This is the other half of this room. Okay. Well, if you get any other questions or whatever as we go along, let me know. This clock, the display on this clock has never changed the whole game. I don't know if that's just developers didn't program into it to change, or if it's supposed to be. He says something about it, but just that it still works, I think. Strange in this place, time seems to stand still except for the clock. Even though the minute and hour hands are not moving, it sounds like it still works. Oh, so he does say that it's not moving. So that is on purpose, that it's not moving. That's the same. I was just going to see if there's some interaction on here. It might be more significant. I thought it was just a description earlier in the game, but it might be more significant. So far, nothing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. It is definitely possible. That's obviously a good question to ask, right? It is possible that she goes insane from that, but as far as we know, she never went insane. She might have gone insane after she was confined, right after she was captive. But as far as we know, she never went insane. He just went obsessive with the cult. Or I don't know if he was obsessed. I mean, he was, but I don't know if he was obsessive so much, or his being obsessive so much was the cause of her being dragged back. I think it was the pressure from other people in the cult. And because he was obsessive about the cult, he's like, well, obviously I'm going to do what the people in the cult tell me to do because they're my, they're my lords and masters and I will do what they tell me kind of thing or whatever. Right. So there's that. But as far as in and of himself, I don't think he was crazy, and I also don't think his obsessive attitude with the cult is what made him capture her. It was that people in the cult that were over him demanded it, and so she was like, well, I mean, I guess if the cult people tell me I have to do it, then obviously it's something I need to make sure I do. So unfortunately, because this is like I think 2010 or something, whatever, I don't even pay attention to what it is, but whatever engine they're using for this game has some graphical limitations, like they could not make this smoother so it doesn't look like kind of jagged. This looks more like something early 2000s you'd see in graphics, not 2010. But I'm not complaining or anything. I still love the game, and it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I just noticed it, so I figured I'd point it out. To be fair, too, if you're a development studio, especially if you're a relatively new one, like this would have been at the time, this would have been decently new, right? I don't know if their first game was Darkness Within. It might have been, though. But at least I don't think, had a lot of stuff under their belt before doing this. I don't think they did, anyway. So if that's true, then, I mean, it's understandable they would not have, would not necessarily have the best, most stable technology and stuff for doing their game because they can afford what they can afford, right? So I don't see anything new up here. I'm trying to think where I would apply the seal. So we got a couple of possibilities. I guess I won't run to them all. I'll just kind of name them. So the first one is if you go into the crypt itself, there was a door at the end of the crypt. Wait, I think there was a door? I think so. I think at the end of the crypt, there was a door that was locked or jammed. I can't remember which. So it's possible the seal will work there. I don't think that's where we use it. That is a possibility, like kind of a backup to try if it does not work somewhere else. It's possible we have a well outside that has a seal on it. It's possible the symbol we have works on that well. I also think that's unlikely, but it's a possible backup as well. The place where I would expect to use it is going to be down underneath the mansion here, right? If we go below the manor, there, like into the cellar, there's a place where we busted some boards in the floor. We take stairs down, and then we're down in tunnels below the manor, right? Below the property in general. But the thing is, I don't recall a place where this would make sense. We put that on a circular indentation or something. I don't remember anything like that. And I've been through that whole area as far as I can tell. When you first arrive, there are the stairs you came down and there's some rubble. You can't do anything there. Okay, so you turn around, you come straight out from the stairs. Turn right, it's collapsed, caved in, so there's nothing there. Turn left, there's kind of a gate, but it's jammed or locked. We cannot open it. And there's no, it looks like it would take a normal key, not like a disc or something. Okay, so maybe not, probably not there. Okay, so we proceed. There are two doors. One door we already got into, and that's where we talked to Loath Nolder for the last time. Well, the last time that we saw him. I don't know if we'll talk to him again, probably at some point, maybe at least. But that's the last time we talked to him, was in that room. He already opened it. We went in there, but there were no exits from that room except for where we came in. Across from there was a similar room in overall shape, but it had some shelves and things, and there was a table at the end with like a symbol above it, and there were a bunch of those dangerous insects swarming about. But I looked all through there, and I don't remember seeing any kind of a shape where our symbol might fit there either. Okay, so fine. So you go, continue farther past those two rooms, and the hall just goes until it gets to an end of a door, or until it ends in a door. You open that door, and then you basically have a bridge that crosses this long chasm. So there's nothing to do on the sides because it's a chasm, right? You get to the end, and there are statues, but there's no, again, no indentation there. There are three statues of like the lizard people that are supposed to be like the pre-humans or whatever. And then there are a couple of braziers where you might put some kind of incense or something, but there's nothing in there. So I don't think the symbol goes there either. Now there's also that room I mentioned that has the insects. There is like a brazier or a bowl or something. I don't remember exactly what it looks like. That's there where you could burn something. That's why I think it might be a brazier. So you could burn something, but the problem is we don't have anything to burn. I mean, this is wood and paper. Music box, probably not. We're not going to burn the homunculus. Feels like the homunculus's whole point in this game is to kind of hint to you that there are secrets somewhere nearby that you've not found yet. Okay, and then there are more papers, of course. And this is our suit to protect us against the insect. Now, like in the description, it says not sure if it works or not, but we've already tried it, so we know that it does. Okay, so all of these are just paper. Flashlight, no. Lantern, no. Symbol, no. I mean, why would you burn the symbol? You took all this time to go find 3 pieces of the symbol, and then you're just going to burn it or melt it or something? That seems to not make sense, right? So I'm not sure at this point. That's the lantern, or not the lantern, that's the lights for the room, right? If I do this, yeah, that's the electricity that's wigging out like that. Which has been kind of throughout this game, that's been a thing. Sometimes the lights flicker and sometimes not. Old-fashioned radio, don't think it still works. It did work at night at one point. On one of the nights when like a storm was passing through or something, it did work, but only briefly. There's nothing, and there's nothing underneath any of these, right? I don't think any of the other drawers. Yeah, none of the others open. I'll do that. I think though these auto close when I leave the room or something, so I don't. Keeping that open is not really something that's gonna matter because it can't do anything. See, this here looks like you might be able to open this too, pry it open or something, but I can't even interact with it, like examine it or anything even. So I don't think so, because if you could use an item on it, like a chisel or crowbar or something, pry bar or something, right? I don't think, I mean, if you were expected to be able to do that, you would need to be able to examine it or something as well. Oh yeah, this is, yeah, here you go. For a second I thought we were done, but no, that's wrong. So here's the monkey's paw, right? Great mistake to have this curse thing. But we did not underline anything in here because I don't believe this is. I already tried all the sentences as well, and nothing lets you underline it. But I think it's not related to our stuff for this game, really, right? It's just an Easter egg. That's why I was saying they had a few of those at least, but lay down in front of it and sleep until someone woke me up. Yeah. So I don't think we're doing anything with that either. I always, of course, have my Thinky Think panel I can try to do stuff with too. Hang on. This was jammed before or something. Anyway, let me make sure I cannot open it now. Yeah, lock's broken. That's what it was. Yeah. Just making sure I was not. Already grabbed the key from there earlier. I think there's anything new in these. These are just like bottles and glasses or in cups and stuff for fuel. Actually looks like bottled water and canned food is what it looks like. Actually, now that I look at it again. That's same thing. I don't think there's anything more in here. That's the thing is, as the game progresses, things change. So there might now be something. I don't know. This is all just covered with rust passing years. Yeah, this whole thing is just, it's super rusty, pretty much. This does, okay, it's not the same layout, of course, and it's also a different interface. It's not just a standard point and click. Like, this is kind of a hybrid point and click, but you can also WASD to move around and stuff, right? So it's not the same, but this does remind me somewhat of Black Mirror, the first one, because you had a stately manor and a bunch of stuff at the manor, but the manor was kind of in disrepair and struggling to stay maintained and stuff. Now there's a lot of difference. This has been in decay and disrepair for quite a while, whereas the other one was in the process of slowly going out of maintenance. But so this kind of reminds me of that somewhat, especially this kitchen area, and I think upstairs a little bit too, a couple of the rooms. Well, I don't know for a fact that it's not something we want. So I guess I can try going back down here. Okay, just because I did the fall through the floor before, I avoided it, but did not save from it. Just so I don't have to do a lot of run back here in case I somehow fall through something somewhere else again. Let me just do that. Okay, so come down here. Yeah, this is where we were before. Okay, can't really see anything here. This is just go back up the stairs. Now, one thing to note. Last time I was down here, I did hear a noise that sounded like something was here. And I was in the process of moving forward when I heard the sound. So the game stopped me, so I was not moving. So that Howard was like, what was that? Kind of a response to the sound was what was implied. So there is something down here. It's not bueno. So that's another reason to have saved it. So if I die here... it does not close all the way? Well, that's not awesome. That still won't open. Yeah, it says it's stuck, so... I don't think I do anything with this, right? You know. Robin. Yeah. Yeah, that kid, though. It was right around here that I heard it. Somewhere around here. Figured I'd check in here again, but I don't believe there's anywhere to go from here. I don't even know what this room would have been at some point. Chamber for something, but I don't know what. Maybe this was filled with water in the past. It's hard to say. Put the suit on. I've looked in these drawers and didn't see anything, so I'm trying to figure out what, if anything, I would do in here. Nothing there, nothing there. The suit is to protect me from the insects that would otherwise be eating me for lunch. Terry Akers. Something's down here. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I could be harmless. I doubt it's harmless. There is something down here. So, I remember now. They were making rituals using these. There were making rituals. Anyway, they were. That's new, I think. I don't think I saw that before. His comment about the rituals. I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. Let's see. Can't do anything with the ball. Oh, no. Here's a ball. Take. Special kind of liquid. Is that what I'm doing? Maybe I'm putting the special liquid in here. Put some of the liquid in the bowl. Okay. Put some liquid in the bowl. Okay, that's it. Okay, now... Do I have... I don't have a lighter or matches or anything. I think I'm going to need that, right? Some kind of matches or something. Well, there's a key. Found a key to the place under the cellar. Okay, so we got that. I don't see any matches or a lighter, a cigarette lighter or anything in here. So I guess... There's nothing down that way. So what is that key? Because that door on the side said it was stuck, didn't it? So let me look at the key. What did it say again? It said the place under the cellar, right? A key I found in the place under the cellar. A key I found. What does that mean? I don't remember. Maybe that last set of doors in the crypt were locked and not stuck. In which case, maybe this opens those? Maybe. I'm going to try that. Let's go back. If I can not get killed in the process. Because this says it's stuck, right? Not locked. Yeah, it's stuck. Okay. I'm not sure if at some point there's actually supposed to be a threat from that thing down below, or if they're just going off the fact that not long before that, you had returned from the abandoned asylum, and so it'll keep you on edge. That's definitely possible, right? I would definitely not put it past people, the developers of this game, to do that. Going outside, I don't think I want to sneak around. Or I need to sneak around. I might, but I don't think so. I could have just come out here too. But I don't know that I decided to come over to the crypts before going outside. Okay. We're back to normal walking speed. Alright, let me save it again. This time we're going to save it with this one. I think I'm gonna have to sneak, but I don't know. The first time I was here, I wasn't sure what to expect from these statues. Like if there'd be traps or something. They didn't do anything to me, so it says it's locked. It's locked. Oh no, it's stuck. Okay, where do I have a key that I need to use then? Something is locked. Where I just was, where the insects were and stuff, like that whole underground area, there's not a lock down there at all that I could not access. The only place I could not access was the door that was stuck. The door behind me now is also stuck. If I go back outside, there's the well, but it doesn't look at all like it's the type of thing that takes a normal key. It looks like it takes some kind of device, like a crank or something of some kind. I think it's not stuck. I think it's locked. Inside the manor. There's one door we've not accessed. At least one. Might be more. But I can for sure remember one door that we did not access. So that might be where the key goes. I don't know. Oh, let's try that. It's here, and at the end there's a door. Oh, maybe it's this one. It was there. To the left, once you go in that short hall there's a door to the garage. The next door was one we could not open, but this one also. Yep. Let's try this one here. There we go. Search high and low, open the secret kitchen room. No. As far as I know, you cannot. I don't... If there is a case where you can, you would need something in your inventory, like a sledgehammer or something, whatever, to be able to do it. I don't have anything like that. This is a little toy. Like a wooden cross or something. Bunch of letters, a music box. This is the homunculus in a jar. So don't use that. This is the suit we just used. These are all, just notes or journals or similar. Flashlight, lantern, and symbol. Those are the things we have. So none of those is going to work for doing that kind of thing. Like, for example, we had, at one point, we did have a sledgehammer before. We used that to break the floorboards so that we could go down the stairs to where that insect area was. So you can do it, but you need an object specifically that lets you do that. And I don't have anything on me to do that right now. And then, of course, it's also only if the developer said, well, if you have this object, then you can. Otherwise, you're not able to. Oh, I remember seeing this once. The ritual mask my grandfather brought back from some eastern islands, and even my grandmother, Ingrid, didn't like it. When I asked, he said he depicts a god named the Great Cthulhu who lies sleeping in the labyrinth of Rhea. This mask is sacred, only used by native priests in their whatever. So this is like kind of like an ode to Cthulhu, ode to Lovecraft, of course. I don't see anything we would do with this. If I put it in the eye socket, just kidding. Yeah, literally nothing. Okay, cool. We're not going to do anything with that. These statues, what could they represent? One is normal, but the other seems badly deformed. The one on the right, of course. Oh, can I not? I thought maybe we could access the piece of paper. Maybe we can, but just not from this screen also. I don't know. We might not be able to at all. Okay. Nope. Okay. Nope. That zoomed into the statues again. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Maybe can I do it from over here? Yeah, no, it doesn't look like I can access that. So it must be a paper that I'm not going to worry about. Oh, there's this. This looks like a Neanderthal or abominable snowman or something. A bust of an old man. It seems so familiar to me. Oh, maybe that's our grandfather. I think I've seen a hand-drawn picture very similar to this bust in an old book. I'm trying to think of books where we might have seen diagrams or something. Or drawings. I don't think so. Okay, so don't think anything with there. Yeah, the notes and journal entries and stuff we have don't have picture or images on it, except for this Morse code one. It's not exactly images, but don't think any of these have drawings, but I don't remember. I'll just go through them all, just so I don't miss. Yeah, no, not on that. This is a journal. I thought this was a map or something for a second, based on what showed up here, but that's okay. This is Ingrid is his grandmother. I couldn't remember her name. Nathaniel is his grandfather. So Nathaniel and Ingrid were the two who were married, young couple in love, came here, and then things started going badly when Nathaniel got involved with the cult. This is her journal entry saying that she's leaving, and she said, for example, I won't let them do any harm to my son and his family. My son is William, right? So anyway, after some time, William had left, ended up getting married, came back. They had a kid. The kid was us, Howard. So when she mentions Howard here, they're speaking about Howard all the time. Some nonsense about summoning him beyond time. So there's that all of that stuff. Ooh, Cayman. It's crocodile. Not an expert. This model looks like a real one. Is it too? I can't remember. Maybe it's too. Maybe it's not wide enough or too long or something to be a caiman. It's not an alligator, but I thought it might be a caiman. Whatever, it's fine. Deformed human figure reminds me of a mummy. Let's see. I think that's all just going to be the same thing, I suppose, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, behind him? Nope, that's the same, huh? All of this is the hitbox for the for the figure. Okay, sure. You say so. This is not human. Statue of a strange creature. I know the statue. I've seen it so many times among grandfather's sketches. It is Hecate, the Greek goddess of magic, witches, and ghosts. He seemed obsessed with Hecate. I remember he once told me he dreamed about her often, and every time he woke up in fear. Also, there's something carved at the bottom of the statue that reads, "A spirit passed before me. I beheld the face of immortality unveiled." It's the same, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Nothing with that. Or this. Just, I guess, useless garbage scrap paper type stuff. Does this depict a gnome, the chthonic creatures who lived in the underground? Okay. So far in any of these statues, I don't seem to be able to interact with them other than to examine them and just get some description. Doesn't seem like there's anything beyond that. What is this? I think this is one of my grandfather's drawings. This is written on the back side of the drawing. Gallop, Oral, and Owner are at an unknown burial ground at the foot of the Northwood Mountain. Found an Easter egg. Master Detective, find a symbolic picture of the Zoetrope development team. Oh, is that what this is? Nice. These are the developers. This is like an ode to developers. Very cool. I don't think it's anything more since it said the notification, the red notification in the upper left said an Easter egg, and then I got a Steam achievement. So I'm assuming it's just that, nothing more. It's possible it's more, but I don't think so. I would doubt that. Yeah, there are a few of those, huh? It's kind of cool. I like it. What's this? There are many papers scattered around the room with writings and drawings I don't understand on them. That's what this is? I can't actually look at... Yeah, but he says he doesn't understand them, so I guess that makes sense. If he can't understand them, he can't understand them, I suppose. let's not waste the... I mean, I've got plenty of it, but I don't want to use flashlight if I don't need to, just because it apparently is a finite amount of stuff. Okay, there's this. This looks really strange. I don't even know how to describe it. Horned creature of some kind? Seem to be able to do much of anything with it either. Okay. That almost actually looks like an insect, doesn't it? These like bulbous eyes, these are mandibles. And then these probably aren't horns. Maybe they're more like legs. Maybe. Well, leg, I guess, but the limb that would be the support for a wing or something. I think it looks more like an insect, to be honest. So it's cool to find the things in here, but it doesn't really give me much useful. As far as progressing the game. What else? I mean, clearly, this does give you a little bit of story information. Clearly, his grandfather, Nathaniel, was really into, like, occult things, right? I mean, most, if not all of these, are occults. Like, statues that either refer to or possibly even are involved with cult rituals or beings and stuff, so... Darn, I was hoping to find more. To be honest. Let me see if there's anything. In a previous room in the library, there had been some floorboards that were loose. Or there was a tile on the floor, I should say, that was loose. And there were also, of course, those floorboards in the inn. I think somewhere else there were floorboards loose as well. And then we also, in the cellar, walked over where there were floorboards, made a different noise than the normal sound of walking. That's where we used the sledgehammer to bust that and go down. So we might... Is this the same statue? It is. Okay. So we might find something, or rather, something with floorboards, maybe, at some point. Then again, I mean... We opened the room and we found an Easter egg. It could be, other than descriptions here, that this mostly is just a secret, like, Easter egg kind of a room. Maybe. Can't really... So we can still not do anything with the room that was at the end over here, right? So maybe this one was stuck? No, that was also locked. And I still don't have a key for this? Was I supposed to use the key on this first or something? I don't even know. Shoot. At least in some ways, that's kind of poopy. Don't think... If I look at the car, it's just going to try to... Or let me travel somewhere. So that's not going to be what I want. I've already been through this before, but maybe something's changed. Wooden ladder looks very weak. No. Box storing screws and nails of various sizes and shapes, but I see only a few remain. Yep. We already grabbed something from here earlier. I think it was a screwdriver or something. I don't think there's anything else. Various tools here, mostly for simple housework. I think these were used for repairing the car. That was it. Nothing new there. Here. There's nothing. Oh, there's that. Judging from the smell, I think this contains thinner. Like paint thinner. Which could be useful if I had something that was painted that I needed to get the paint off of or something. But I don't have anything like that, so I don't know what I would do with it. There's tires. It doesn't say so right, but that's going to be some kind of pressurized either gas or liquid. I would guess it's fuel. Like maybe for, it could be for several things. It could be like even something like a blowtorch possibly, although I kind of doubt that. But it's fuel of some kind, I would assume. Already used some of this rope earlier, so I cannot interact for any more. Well. And that's still locked, huh? I wonder how I get in there. It's gonna have to be a key somewhere. I just don't know where. I didn't see a key in here at all. That's what I'm saying, is I think that's partly why I think this is pretty much just an extras room kind of a thing. Because you can look at this, but you can't actually do anything with this. He doesn't understand any of it. This was an Easter egg, and then everything else is just descriptions. So, it's possible I'm missing something, but unless that's the case, unless I'm missing something, I think we're going to get nothing out of here. Figured I'd try one more time, since this is right next to that room that or more or less next to the room where we cannot go farther. Let me see, did I get any new, I don't think I got any new stuff here, right? Let's see. It's written that there's an object that consists of 3 parts. That was this, okay, and will be used to reach the destination. Yeah, my grandmother wrote that she took a shiny metallic object with her, which she tried to escape. That's why we need to look under the floorboards when we were at the inn. I think I faintly remember something about this name, Nyarlathotep, and the ceremony of summoning. The memory serves 10 years ago, when I was still a police officer. I was looking at some old records, came across a strange case about a cult named Starry Wisdom that occupied an old church building. They were using a crystal stone to summon a creature from beyond, and it was said this creature would only come in exchange for many sacrifices. I do not know how that relates to anything we're doing right now. This is that cult. So in the first game, we had Loath Nolder was a private investigator who was hired to look into, I guess I should slightly backtrack. So in the first game, there was a man from a wealthy family named Clark Field. He had always been interested in kind of odd things around the world, like strange noises in caves and in forests and stuff. He eventually bought a house because he thought the house looked really cool, kind of creepy, and so maybe he'd get some good recordings and such, right? So he got the house and started doing some renovation work, and weird things started happening. He started having trouble sleeping and stuff. He ended up meeting this Ivar Bergen, who told him he should not renovate the house, that he was, effectively, but more in like horror terms or something, he was messing up the feng shui of the house, right? Like in this case, it would have been he was misaligning celestial harmonies or something along those lines, right? So he stopped. I mean, he didn't stop initially, but then he heard sounds from underneath the house and was like, and you know, and some of his workers decided to quit and everything. So he's like, fine, we'll stop. So he stopped work below the house. He also had some experiences. I don't remember if they were visions or if he just was walking around the mansion and heard things anyway that made him decide, yeah, maybe I should not be messing with this house, trying to change anything, do any restoration or anything. At some point, so he was associated with this Ivar Bergen. So Clark Field knew this guy named Ivar Bergen, like one of his neighbors, kind of. And they talked a lot. Ivar Bergen was involved in this cult called the Children of Dis, or Dis, whatever. Children of Dis, I'll say. So the Children of Dis were this cult that Ivar Bergen was associated with, and because he was friends with Clark Field, he brought Clark Field into the cult. Well, we learn, especially in part 2 here, with a bunch of these notes we got and stuff, that they were killing some of the members of the cult in the process of learning about the insects and trying to create this Dverzaha mixture, which would like elevate you. You know, it's like a transcendence drug kind of a thing. But you could only create it if, I think they could only create it if they did it in conjunction with these insects, which are the dangerous ones we saw down below a little bit ago. We also saw them up in a cabin by the woods previously when we were there. So that's what the cult was trying to create. People were killed by insects. He didn't say anything about the others. Seems those without rank are nothing more than animals to them. So they were basically sacrificing members of their cult in the process of their experiments, trying to learn how to control the insects, possibly maybe some rituals that might have required sacrifice. Who knows what all they got up to, right? So anyway, so in the first game, with that whole Clark Field being killed, he was associated with Ivar Bergen, who was associated with this cult, the Children of Dis. Okay? Well, in the process of all that, we start learning these other things about the cult. It's very, I don't know if we might, and I just might not be forgetting a detail to know for sure. So I don't know that we know for sure what happened to Clark Field, but I believe Clark Field became a member of the cult, got converted or something, and became a member of the cult. And at some point, not maybe in a ritual, but just generally speaking, he was like one of these low-level members of the cult or whatever, got sacrificed and ended up dead. Now, in the process of looking at notes and things in the cabin and elsewhere, like learning about stuff about the cult, I don't believe we've learned anything more really about Clark Field. So we don't know specifically if he was even in this area, but he probably was killed in some experiment or some such with what the cult was doing. We know Ivar Bergen died. Where is it? Yeah, Ivar is dead. I remember a part of Clark Field's notes that mentioned Ivar's strange condition. Yeah, so Ivar and Clark knew each other. Ivar had already been associated with a cult. Sometime after they knew each other, one night Ivar showed up, and he was freaking out. He looked like really anxious, like he thought somebody was following him. And it was a stormy night, so whenever the thunder struck, he was really extra nervous and stuff. Yeah. So I remember a part in Clark Field's notes that mentioned Ivar's strange condition, how it seemed that he was terribly afraid of something. These sessions, meaning with the insects and the experiments and stuff, are probably the reason. Because you have, in addition to the insects were bad enough. The insects were pretty horrific, right? People were dying. The insects would basically just eat them, effectively, like eat their flesh and leave their bones kind of a thing. Like really messed up, right? Very dangerous insects. Well, in addition to that, they also, over the course of time, had a machine that we used in this game, in that same general area of the cabin, a machine we used in this game where we used, or we took ashes. In our case, we took the remains of a guy named Wolfgang Schneider, right here, ashes of Wolfgang Schneider, and we put them in combination with like a mixture, and then turning on a generator and stuff. We basically use them to. We use this machine to summon what supposedly is like the trapped or returned or whatever spirit of Wolfgang Schneider. We saw something in like the window of the machine show up. Looks like some kind of entity of some kind. And then we passed out. And then we woke up. We found this note, which says basically, you shouldn't have come here. Don't come back. Leave here and don't come back. Basically. Okay. So, anyway, all of that happened. So, in addition to the insects, there's like the summoning of other beings and stuff. So, all this stuff obviously freaks people out. So, Ivar was one of the victims of that. Also, in notes from the first game, we had learned about somebody named Drayden, who was one of the higher members of the cult. He had some position of influence in the world in general and was with the cult for a while. And so he was sent to that cabin where we had been in earlier in this game to go try to figure out like secrets of something. What was it he was trying to investigate? Hang on. There was... Maybe it's here. They were expecting me. Maybe not. Maybe not here. I don't know. Anyway, there were people that were working with Drayden who had gone out to the forest and got killed in the forest. So I think these are the people mentioned in the letter. I found on Drayden the ones who came here because of Drayden's report. I believe I'm safe for now, but what killed them and why? So, yeah. So basically, Drayden got killed. Also, when we were in Arkham town, okay, we had talked to a bookstore owner named Henry, and he had previously been in a war and stuff, and he had learned different languages and such, and codes and deciphering codes and stuff while he was in the war and afterward. And so because of that, we used him to help translate some things like table of contents of a book that otherwise is in a language we can't understand. So he deciphered those so we could use them. Well, when we not was it last time or the time before? I think it was last time. We returned to the bookstore. We found that his wife was dead. And there were candles around her, and it looked like there was a ceremony, almost kind of a thing. So he killed his wife in some kind of occult ceremony. So he is very likely tied directly to the Children of Dis. We did not know that earlier, but now it seems like we almost certainly were. It's obvious that she was killed by her husband, Henry. I always felt something was wrong with people in this town. A lot of people saw me asking strange questions to the innkeeper, and I'm sure they know I go to the building in the forest glade. It's very strange. It is very strange that those people who are known as very hostile to strangers did nothing to stop me. Yeah, and that's probably because of this. They knew I'd come here. They're waiting for me all this time. We're kind of this. I don't know how much of the previous stuff you remember as well, as far as this goes, but we're kind of part of this prophecy that effectively there is. Does it say the name of him in here? Maybe. Anyway, there is a spirit of the past, probably some dark, like corrupted mind who tried to somehow find immortality for himself. We don't know exactly all the specifics, I don't think. But one of our ancestors from the past, or whatever, named Jediah. So think Jed with Aya at the end, Jediah, who's just a spirit, but he's a really, really powerful spirit. And the prophecy says that effectively he's going to be able to take control of our body and then use our body to stay alive and do whatever he wants. So effectively, we'll initially be trapped in our own body, unable to control it, and eventually we'll just kind of disappear, and Jediah will be the only soul in the body at that point. So, with all that going on then, there's a lot of danger, but I don't know that the people necessarily want to kill me or kill Howard, because there's this prophecy thing going on. So it's kind of this line to walk, I guess, between the two. So I don't remember what that means. This. I don't think it tells me here. I don't remember what the eye symbol means. I feel like, so the brain symbols, potentially, you can't always do them, of course, but potentially the brain symbols are clues that you could combine to get more clues. I don't know that you ever do that with the eye symbols. I don't remember, but I feel like maybe no. So for example, when we were heading up to, or when we first came to the mansion here, we smelled harmal, which is like this, incense-like substance. We smelled that, or it's maybe used in incense. Anyway, we smelled that when we came inside the mansion. So that's kind of noting that there was a harmal smell. A plant that has entheogenic properties, used in some regions in the world as an air and mind purifier. Okay. There's also this again was an observation. I don't know that it's a clue that we ever use. Talking about how the grandmother took an object. The grandfather wrote this object would be safe with him and should have been buried in his coffin in the tomb, but it's gone. And I think that's the one that the grandmother, Ingrid, took with her. And eventually, somehow, well, I don't even know. Because grandfather took us back. I don't know how she ended up with it. So maybe they're two different pieces. Maybe she had one piece and hid it. And maybe he had another piece and Loath Nolder, who we met, who handed us one of the pieces. Maybe he's the one who had that. I don't know. Anyway. But you get the idea. So it feels like these eyes are more for interesting things we've observed or something, not really something that we need to figure out. But this knowledge here does make Henry dangerous now, because obviously he could kill us if we're not careful. He's not just physically capable of doing it, because most people are. If they have the right item or something they're going to use to kill you, but he's mentally capable of killing us too. If he can kill his own wife, he can kill us. Now, you could always potentially say, well, his wife, maybe he hated his wife over the years, they grew to hate each other. True, it's possible. Still, if he's killed his wife, even if he hated her or not, if he's able to kill his own family, why would we think he could not kill us, right? So Henry is now a danger to us as well. And we told stuff we asked questions to the innkeeper, and people have tied them together now, right? Henry somehow is tied to stuff in the town, and the innkeeper is the one we were talking to, and he's somehow tied to stuff in the town, and they, the town generally seems to know that I've gone up to the cabin a few times now instead of just once or twice or whatever. So this becomes a problem for us. Henry for sure knows we went up to the cabin because we came back from the cabin with the book or whatever where we needed some translation. That book was stored out of that or whatever was stored at the cabin. So he knows for sure. Well, maybe I should say the old building, because it's a different place than in the first game, which was actually called a cabin. Anyway, so we were at the old building. So he knows for sure we've been there because we were getting him to translate stuff from a book that only came from that old building, right? So, well, yeah, this here, this object is composed of 3 pieces. One of those was the one that the grandmother had. We found it, actually. That's where we went to the hotel, or the inn. We went to the room where she stayed briefly before she was kidnapped and forced back to the mansion. She'd stayed there briefly. We found her piece under the floorboards. So we went to her room at night when nobody was awake, so we were able to sneak around and do it. We found a key to her room. We opened the door to her room and went inside and moved the bed. We looked at other things too. I didn't just immediately go to the bed. I didn't know it was under the bed. Moved different things around. And under the bed, we found some loose boards, and we moved those or pried them up with like a screwdriver, and we found a piece of the amulet there. Yep. Yeah, so that's one of the pieces of the amulet. So one of the pieces of the amulet was supposed to be with her grandfather's tomb, but was not. I feel like that might be the piece that Loath Nolder had. He handed that to us at some point, like a few times ago that we played this, okay? And then another piece was from the inn room where our grandmother Ingrid had stayed. And then the third piece was from that abandoned asylum that we were in last time. No. It's, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I've been going for like 20 minutes or something talking about all this stuff, right? There's a lot of detail to try to juggle around and make sure you have straight. So it's definitely, it takes a lot to try to make sure you're not missing out on stuff. That's why some of these brainy brain things that I do, right? I don't know what I still have or have not tried on some of these combinations to try to like get more clues and stuff. I really don't know what I've tried necessarily, so. I thought, maybe not, but I thought, or maybe I combined it with this. I thought, though, that there was a prophecy clue that we had at some point. Maybe I can combine that with madness in me, because it does say that I'm starting to become more and more mad, like I'm losing my sanity slowly but surely, as that Jediah spirit from the past gets stronger and closer to his goal. Okay, see you in a minute when you get back. All right, well, let's see. These two, maybe? No, okay. Carrier mechanism. Okay, telecoms key. It was taken. No. Okay. And object is gone. What if I do this? It's also possible I'm too far past that point, so I can't do anything with that now anyway. It's possible. So my father, just like my grandfather, was not aware of the wicked past of the Loreid family. He was like a monster to him when he was a kid. Interesting. Seems he changed after coming to this house. I wonder if I do that plus this? Maybe. Probably not, but no. Okay. Armitage. That's somebody I've not visited in a while. I wonder if he's still there, and if so, maybe I can visit him and ask him. Maybe we do that. I don't know. Maybe though. Let's see. Let me go to my map. In Archimond. Nursing home. Is that place underneath? Hang on a second. Let's not do this for a second. Because if I go underneath and get killed right away, I don't want to lose. I don't know if I have, but if I've made any progress since then, I definitely don't want to lose the progress. Let me save. It's fine. Okay, continue. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, if I go here, here, what is that? Is that that nursing home? Is that place I had been? That's all super creepy, right? Yeah, that's this. All right. Let's not do that. Bookstore, I guess town center? That's the old building, okay. I don't even remember what thing was his place either. So, there's that too. That's going back to the super creepy place. Let's not do that. That'll head back to the tunnels. Which are probably... The nursing home's bad enough, but that tunnels are probably super dangerous, I assume, right? I think. Alright. Do you have anything more to tell us?
You can speak freely now.
Or do we have anything more to ask you?
Hello, my name is Howard. I'm here because Henry Lawrence told me you could help me with a special matter.
What matter is that?
Do you recognize the name The Gate?
We've already done this.
Who?
Him.
We did this before. See,
I think you're confusing me with some... He seems
Hang on.
completely mad.
Hang on. Okay, that is... I guess we're not going to do that again because he's just going to give us clues that we already have had and used. Jacob Armitage. All right, hold on. I'm going to look and see. I'm assuming this is a known bug that you can visit Jacob Armitage and get the clues again from him. Hang on. Let's do this first and see what this says. Um, I don't know. Let's do this. Welcome back. I did not see, so it may or may not be a known bug. I wasn't sure if there maybe were more dialogue options. So there was an old guy named Jacob Armitage. Okay, so in our brain thing here, he shows up here. So I talked to him, and he told me about the gate, which is the name, kind of the name or whatever of the property where we are now, with the mansion and stuff. He told me about the gate. So I thought, oh, maybe he has some kind of updated stuff he could tell me. So I went and visited him again, and he gave me exactly the same dialogue as he did when the first time I visited him. And I got like a new clue added that was not new. It was a clue I'd already added before and reused and stuff. So it's a bug, I think. I was just seeing if anybody knew about the bug. Okay, I'm gonna try. Where is it? Out this way. I'm gonna try our symbol on the well. Did not work over the crypt. So that was somewhere else I'd mentioned earlier that I'd not tried yet. I'm going to try it at the well. I don't know if it'll work there. I don't remember a thing being shaped like that, but it's still possible it's used, and I just don't remember the proper shape. That could be a thing. Let's see. I guess that could be a depression. Maybe. Circular. It's possible. It's possible. Cover the well is locked and there's a strange mechanism here. I've never seen this cover before. When I was last here, there was a simple metallic cover on the lid. Why would someone want to change the cover of a disused well? Okay, I know I just saved it, but let me save it here so I don't have to run again. Just in case. Okay, let me see if I can use this here, maybe? Need to try something else. So it's not that. Don't go down the... But Robin's down there. It's fine. What are you talking about? It's fine. It's not that. While you were away, I had gone to the nursing home. Again. The abandoned nursing home. Super creepy, but maybe... Did I go... I'm trying to think where I've gone in the nursing home. Did I go all the way to the upstairs room? I thought I had, but maybe not. Let's go there and see what the upstairs room has. I feel like maybe that's something I need to do. Maybe. These poor schmucks. This is the other one. Looks like you tried to skip field as well. Oh, what's this? What is this thing? Looks like a key. Strange metallic object with a wooden handle. I wonder if that goes for the well. Okay, I came here to look up in the upstairs room. I don't remember. I have a vague memory of looking there. Let me see. And if not, then not. But I have a vague memory of having looked up here. Or tried, at least. Maybe it was locked. When I tried right after the guys died, I think he said, no, I need to get the hell out of here. I think is what he said. That is locked. Use the key here? No. Do I use this here? No. I don't think I have anything else that's a key, that's key-like, right? This? I mean, grandfather gave it forever ago. No. Yeah, okay. So I guess I just can't get in there. I don't even have like an interaction thing, so maybe I'm never supposed to open that door. All right, well, let's get the hell out of here. This place has got monsters and stuff around. Let's go to where it's not so dangerous. Let's go back to the gate. Yeah. Yeah, that might be a key to the well. It's hard to know in this game, right? Like, a key is a key. Literally could go to anything. So, does not go to the upstairs room there, though. If that was that locked or stuck? I can't remember now. I think this was locked, right? The door down here at the crypt? That key might go to the crypt also. I remember using the amulet or whatever, the symbol on the crypt. So that's not the key to it, but maybe this is? If this doesn't work, then it's not hard to get over to the well. So, just do that if that's true. Let me see if he says stuck or locked. No, it says stuck. So it's not going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be at the other place, because that is not... A key is not going to open something that's stuck. Like we were talking about earlier, right? I'd need a sledgehammer or some equivalent if I was going to try to open something that was stuck. Although if it's stuck, probably would not use a sledgehammer. I'd probably use like a pry bar. There's the well right there. You should get the path to it. It's up here. Okay. So I'm trying... I'm trying to remember, there was also a room at the inn, because it's nighttime and stuff at the inn. There was a room that was locked. So there's the front counter where the innkeeper normally is, but it's night, so he's not there. We went around and behind into doors toward the kitchen. And there were a couple things back there, but then there was a door actually in the kitchen, and we could hear... It wasn't like somebody was there. It was like machinery running or something. I don't remember now. We heard something in the kitchen, and I wanted to investigate, but the door was locked. But I highly doubt the key we just found goes to the door at the inn. But it could. I mean, we don't know what's going on, right? Maybe in the inn, maybe they're doing some kind of stuff. I mean, I don't think it is, but if this were a cannibalistic cult, maybe at the end they're doing some kind of preparation for the bodies for food or something, right? You don't know, right? There's lots of it could be, but since we're here, let's try the key here, or the symbol, whatever we just found. And then if this doesn't work here, maybe we go to the inn and look at the kitchen door again. Oh, okay, it's unlocked. Okay, that did do it. Okay, let me... I'm doing a lot of saving. This is not like an Amnesia game, so I don't really need to save that much probably, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, this. Okay, here we go. That dagger mentioned in my grandfather's letter. I must find it before I explore further. Oh, there's a dagger? This is the letter from Loath Nolder. Yeah, that's earlier in the very beginning of the game. Do we have the letter from our grandfather? This is the Morse code thing, right? Yeah. What's this? This is stuff from the book that got transcribed. Index page of the book, or translated, whatever. Not transcribed, translated. Book mentioned in the letter. Yeah, this. So this index page goes to this. This is the transcription, which also goes to this. So these 2 pages here are both part of this book. There's the translations. These are written by the grandmother. He said the dagger mentioned by his grandfather. What was this one again? Oh yeah. There's an object with access to the key. You'll need it to reach the final destination. The edge of the black is the abyss. Because this is 3 parts. I give you one of the... Okay, so that's the symbol. If you're still controlling your faculties, you should prepare the necessary things before it starts. Yeah, okay, so this is... All of this is about the symbol we got. The 3-part symbol. Okay. Yeah, this is where we talk about Jediah. I don't know if he names him in here or not. But he basically says how dangerous the spirit is. That it'll slowly suck the life from you. Okay. You have to find... when you have all the key parts, search for the sacrificial dagger. It's been in the possession of our family for a long time. The Loreids have protected it and kept it hidden. This is really something to be proud of. I'm sure you won't have any problem finding it. Only after acquiring all these should you go to the connection. Okay, so search for the sacrificial dagger and we'll have no problem finding it, except I have no idea where the hell it is. So there's that. But otherwise, we'll have no problem finding it. Yeah, you better run. That's right. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be Terry Akers, or it's gonna be a ghoul, or it's gonna be one of the blinking pigs or some such, right? Or Robin, possibly. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Okay, so if I go here, he does mention the dagger, and I underlined it, right? No. Maybe this? No. So we need to find the dagger somehow. It's been kept hidden. Where the hell? I went in that one room that had like the statues that had the Easter eggs, and I didn't find it in there. Did I miss? Is there like a dagger symbol that somehow I missed? Keeps getting picked on. I mean, you know. Okay. Is there a dagger in here somewhere? I don't think so. A bunch of like stuffed things, taxonomy things like this crocodile, and then also like statues of beings. I don't think there's a dagger here. Let me go closer here. I mean, you'd think you'd see it before then. Nothing around the papers or on the papers. This is just back out, so I don't want it if it's that arrow, the you know, curved arrow. No. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Where would I find the dagger? He said they hid it, so obviously it's not going to be where, you know, just in some random spot where everybody else would look. It's going to be down below again? I can't imagine so. If he's hiding it, because I think down below is probably where the cult has been, right? So I can't imagine he's hidden it there, because then all the cult would know where it is. And the cult obviously know where the stuff in the crypt was. Because like I said, I don't know for sure, actually. Maybe not obviously. But I think they knew where the stuff in the crypt was. Because, again, I think Loath Nolder grabbed the piece from the crypt, having pretended to be aligned with the cult for a time, while he was in the process of investigating the death of Clark Field. So the monkey's paw in there, nothing else. We had... There was a flashlight in the I guess living room. Radio. I think there was one other thing we found there, but I don't think it was. Definitely wasn't a dagger. We'd still have it on us if we hadn't used it yet. Kitchen had knives and stuff, but it's just like normal dinnerware, right? I don't. Maybe it was hidden here somewhere. Did I miss it? Possibly. Or it could be in a drawer in the kitchen, although I believe I've looked at all those already. Maybe not. It's possible I missed like a secret compartment or something. Small pot with a lot of incense sticks in it, filling the air with the sweet smell of Hamal. Yeah. I don't see anything here. I would think this is not a very good hiding place normally, It's possible there's the principle of hide it in plain sight, though. So dirty and smells of rotten food. After all these years not smelling... Yeah, okay. This is the same thing, so nothing new there. It's all the same as well. So is that. I don't expect these to be different, but, you know, never know if one side maybe is like a secret compartment or something, right? That's no. None of those. That's just empty. Terry's at the bottom of the ocean. He still gets blamed for everything. Yeah. I asked you this before, right? And I think you said I don't remember if you said you had or not anymore. I don't know why I can't remember what your answer is. Did you ever see there were I think it was actually a little bit before Soma came out, might have been right after it came out, but there are little videos on YouTube, very like little shorts you can watch, not YouTube shorts, not that short, but like, you know, like short films, like maybe 5 minutes each or something, if that. Of the crew before all of the black whatever it was sludge got around and started trying to preserve life by killing everybody. There were videos showing how that accident all progressed, and I believe Terry is one of the characters in some of those that they show. So not in the kitchen, really. Could be upstairs, I suppose. I wouldn't think so, but there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't think, and it turns out to be the case. So maybe you put it in our room because it's a great hiding place. Because we'll find it for sure in our room. Maybe not on the bottom there. Well, that wouldn't be a very good place to hide it. I just put it on the bottom shelf of this table. Nobody would ever notice something on the bottom shelf of a table. Obviously. Duh. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a while now, right? I mean, Soma was what, 2015 or something? 2016, somewhere in there? So it's been a while, clearly. But I believe Terry Akers was one of the characters in that. I just don't remember 100%, right? Because it's been a while. I should probably rewatch those two. Those were pretty cool. They got a nice group of decent actors. They're not. I would say probably they're not Academy Award winning, meaning like something that Hollywood would go, and totally fawn over. But at the same time, they're good actors. I think they did a really good job. I think so. Okay, we had pried this up earlier. But there's nothing else here, right? We got the thing that was here. So, and apparently I'm knocking chairs around too. Don't see anything dagger-like on the table here. Examine. When my grandfather was away, I'd often sit here and draw pictures. The way the sun comes in through the windows made me feel secure. I believe we've already looked at this though before, right? We've already opened this, I thought. Or something. I thought there was something here that we did. Could have sworn there was a compartment or something that opened here, right? Or is there not? I thought this had one. I was pretty sure, though. I thought we had done something with this before. That's why. Maybe I've just looked at it multiple times, but I thought we'd done something with this. That's why I'm convinced that you can open it somehow. But I don't know. So, like, underneath the top of the table. Because there's no point in just having this random angle and saying, hey, I used to hide here or whatever, and there's literally nothing else going on. That doesn't make any sense, right? There's got to be something. I'm clicking around, but nothing is happening. Because I'm wondering if there's a panel here or something. Maybe that opens up and reveals a dagger? I mean, the dagger could be at that nursing home. That key that one guy had was there. But I don't think you'd find the dagger and the key at the same place, probably. I mean, just game design-wise, that seems unlikely. Not to mention, like, realistically, if you're trying to keep something out of the hands of certain people, you would probably not... put it where they would go normally anyway. I swear there's something here. What am I missing? There's got to be something here. Use a flashlight on this? This is not supposedly a luminescent type of a thing, but maybe. Man. I guess let me do this first. Okay, so I'm switching to that. So it's brighter. Now let me go down here. Literally did not change anything. Okay, so it's not that. Switch back to this. It's fine. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to see if that's bugging me. I'm going to see if that actually is anything. It's got to be, though. I can't imagine it's not. Let me see, though. Library. Maybe I just do this. Hang on. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. I guess not. You would have thought. I already got those. I don't know. I guess there's nothing. I'm not going to let it keep bugging me. I'm not going to spend forever trying this. I just wasn't sure. I could swear, though. I mean, why would you zoom in like this and not have something here? Hey, Penguin, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, it just screams something's going on here, but I can't get it to interact at all, so I don't even know. Okay. Anyway, point is, I need to find that dagger somewhere, and I'm not sure. I don't know if you are how familiar you are with not my policy, but my preference on streams. Oh, I hope you enjoyed those. I enjoyed making them back when I did. And now I've become the big overweight dude since then. I need to get back to the gym and get in shape again. When I was doing those before, I was very much in shape, and I've not been for years. I damaged my knee at one point, and when it healed finally, I'd been out of the gym for long enough. I just never got back in the habit. Anyway, but so I don't know if you know my policy on gameplay on video games in general. So just so that you know, or not my again, I said policy. It's not policy. Is not the word I mean. But my preference on games, I like to do them blind so that I don't know what's going on. I do not know. So if you know, if you're familiar with a game I'm playing ever, and you see me struggling to figure something out or whatever, that's fine. But just so you know, I'd prefer not to get clues unless I ask for them. If I ask for them, that's different. Then I've literally run out of ideas, and so I could use a little bit of help or whatever. Okay, I probably shouldn't be jumping around in this room too much, right? Because I did this before and ended up with a bit of a problem, right? I fell through the world. So let's not jump around in this room. In fact, I'm even going to take an extra security precaution, and we are going to save it right here. Save. Yep. So if I fall through the world again, I can just reload and be back there. Was that the push-pull was just that? I guess it was. Just this hat stand. I thought, or coat stand or whatever. I thought it was the bed as well, like at the end, but I guess not. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there are some of them they don't make anymore. It's true. Yep. Trying to remember now. Do they make the crumb cake or whatever? I don't remember if I've seen that in the newer Hostess version or not. The newer version of the Hostess company, I should say. I think that might have been one of the ones. They make the pies. I don't think the pies are quite as good. They're good, just not quite as good. I'm also trying to remember if I think there are maybe a couple flavors of the pies that they do not make anymore as well. So they make the pies, but I think there are a couple flavors they did not bring back. I can't remember for sure, but I think so. Fruitcake. Yeah, now to be fair, fruitcake is not everybody's cup of tea. That's, I mean, you know, I know it's traditional and stuff, but generally speaking, fruitcake is one of those treats that either you like it or you don't, and there are definitely some people who don't. So, maybe they did some research and decided there was no market for it, like literally nobody wanted it or something. Maybe. You're not sleepy, I know. I figured no, but just in case. See if there was a dagger maybe there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly. Dagger. Why am I not finding a dagger? So went in here. From the tub, we ended up getting a pin, like a hairpin earlier. But I don't think... There's no dagger there. Nor underneath. I don't know if there's anything else in here. Can't interact with the toilet to open and look inside. Nothing with the sink. I don't think there's anything that way. Nothing in this drawer. There was. Wait, was there? I think there was something. I think there was something previously. Maybe not. I thought so. Could zoom in on that, of course, but we already have. It's another Easter egg thing. Although I don't actually think you get told it's an Easter egg. It's just like an ode to... who did that again? I don't remember. Yeah, Weltschmerz. German author. I can't remember his name. Apple and cherry. Yeah. Yeah, lemon. Did they ever bring lemon back? Yeah, I don't think they did, right? Yeah, lemon was one of the ones I really liked. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I mean, you know, you're taking over an old, like a company that had gone out of business. So you're trying to figure out what you can market so that you can make money where maybe they didn't and stuff. So it's fair to a point. But they can at least do them like seasonally. Like maybe in the summer you do lemon pies. And like in the winter, maybe you do... What would you do? You already have apple pies. What's kind of a pumpkin. Yeah, you could do like pumpkin pies, right? And they would look kind of like the normal fruit pies. Maybe the filling's a little bit different. Maybe it's not quite the like pudding style. Maybe it's a little bit more solid or something. I don't know. But you'd think that you could do some variation in that. Can't get in that room. There's nothing in the garage. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in the kitchen. There's nothing in the dining room. Nothing in the living room or the adjacent study. There's nothing in the library upstairs. Grandmother's room. Grandfather's room. The room with a couple of beds and whatever else was there. Bathroom. I don't know there's anything. Okay, where am I going to find the dagger? It should be somewhere on the property, I would think. I'm guessing it's not, like I said, I'm guessing it's not down below. I can't imagine that making sense. Because, again, you're going to have cultists and stuff around there. Why would you hide something from them by putting it where they're going to be? And like I said also before, there is the principle of hiding in plain sight, but I don't buy it. Not in this case. I would think it should be hidden, not pretend hidden or something. So I've searched this stuff before, so I don't think... Pretty thoroughly in the past as well, actually, so I don't think it's going to be in any of that. See, when I was in the nursing home, the abandoned nursing home, there was the glass case with the gorilla head, where we got a piece of the symbol. There were another couple of glass cases, but neither of them could even let me would even let me interact. Searching pretty much everything else. There wasn't anything. I mean, I picked up the stuff that I had lost that they had taken from me. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything more. We already went back into the room with the insects, and we got the liquid, which we poured into the bowl, and we got the key. I don't think there's anything else in there. The room across from there is super empty. You go down the hall, there's the door, you go across the chasm, there are a couple of braziers and the 3 statues. There's nothing else there. Where would the dagger be hidden? I guess I could go back there and see. I don't think there's anything, but it is possible that I missed something at the end where the statues were. All right. Hopefully I don't get stalked and killed by something down here. Since there'd been that noise before. A little bit nervous. I'm being quiet just in case making noise here matters, but I don't think so. In this hallway, I mean. But it's possible. Oh! Wait. The statue has a freaking dagger and a key and a ring. Holy crap. Did I miss this before? I guess I must have missed these. I didn't even notice. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. a ring. Offering the ring right now. Wait, what? Is it me or does the statue really move just now? He's offering me the ring now. Yeah, and also the dagger, maybe? Yeah, the dagger. Dagger seems stuck. Can't take it from the statue's hand. Oh. Do I have to put the ring on or something? Hang on. Open? Dust has very exotic odor. Smells like an incense. Do I have to... Oh, I have to put it in the bowl probably, huh? Maybe. No. Let's see. So I have incense there. Oh. But I don't have anything to light it. I just had the thought maybe I put it in the bowl with a liquid, but I don't have any, like, lighter or something. So... yeah, it's there, but he doesn't want to give it to me. So what? Yeah. So the ring, obviously, I want to use. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do with it. Because I open it and I examine it. Whoops. I examine it and I open it. And he says that. But I can't take it. That was a right click. If I left click, he says this. And that's it. So what do I do? I'm guessing I want... I thought maybe I would put it in these bowls, but that's not what happened. So that's... like I said, I could put it back in the bowl in that in the liquid in that bowl where all the insects are, but I still don't have anything to light it. I don't think there's any other than the lantern here, which I don't think I use. Other than the lantern here, I don't have any kind of fire. Seems wrong somehow. I should be able to get that incense out of the ring somehow, I would assume. But there's nothing in my inventory right now, I think, that would let me do that, right? Pretty sure. Just because I have yet to use this for anything. So just in case. Or just, yeah, see, I can't. Because if I right-click, it gets rid of the ring. So that's not it. I guess I can go back and try. See if I can use it in that room with the insects. Sure, we could try. I thought I would need it there, though. Put it in one of the braziers there so I could light that on fire, and then we could, the scents is right there. Oh, this is on fire. Can I interact with this? Maybe I could dump or do something with the ring on that. There's not one down at the end. So it would need to be here or this one of these. If either of them. Just says that it's there. Doesn't take the ring. Cannot interact with that. Or this. And I can also not interact with the bowls or the braziers that were by the statues. No fire. Because I don't believe this game lets you do a respawn. I think if you die, you die, and you have to reload. So this is a little bit different than something like Amnesia, where you just respawn to a backed up spot or something. Also not there. It'd be good to light some of these also, but yeah. Not interacting there either. There's a lit brazier in here, maybe. Like, all of these are potentially candidates for interacting with something like that. But also no. Here, let me put on my suit again. Try use it in here anyway. Let's see if this incense that's just flammable. Oh, there we go. What? No. What? Hang on. I hit C. Oh, I see no reason to wear the suit in here. Oh, he takes off automatically. It dispersed all the insects. I see. Okay. A blue flame. Some says the blue flame indicates enlightenment. Enlightenment, an inner flame. Okay. This engraving has an emblem of my family on it. Also, as part of the bottom, looks like fire. Oh, but that probably now, somehow, this mechanism goes all the way back over to those beings, probably. Is anything new with this? Probably not. Yeah, no. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't a creature, I don't think. It was stone moving. So the statue moved position. I think that's what I heard before. So when I came back, it must have moved in the position where it had the ring out, but I had not gone back to it yet. And now that I've done that with the incense, it's moved position again. I think that's what it was. I was so, not on edge exactly, but so kind of expectant of some potential threat chasing me because of the area down with the abandoned nursing home that I was thinking it was a creature. But I'm now thinking it wasn't. That last noise I heard, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be stone kind of scratching or whatever against stone as something moved, something rotated or whatever. Maybe it's dropped the dagger or set the dagger somewhere or is offering the dagger or something. We'll see. It did move its position. The other hand is back and the dagger is kind of to the side now. This is probably a dagger mentioned in my grandfather's notes. Now he is offering the dagger. All right, just because it's faster than doing all the walking, let's do this. This. This is the gate, right? Yeah. Yes. So we'll be outside and we're wanting to go to the well anyway. So this will just be faster. Oops. Okay. I mean, we could do the wandering, right? Like I said, I now believe there is not a threat directly there. Here there almost certainly would be, I would think. but not there. All right, so I know I did it there, but we'll do it one more time. Here. Okay. Maybe I need to put the dagger in my hand? Nope, it's not gonna put it in my hand. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, cutscene. This could get dangerous. It's a cutscene. Perfect. We're stuck down in the bottom of the well now. Poor Howard. Our character has fallen, been knocked out, been attacked by insects, had people after him trying to get him killed. Did I fall from up there? How could I survive falling from such a height? Maybe I'm dead already. You're not dead, dude. Unfortunately. You're going to be dead, but I don't think you're dead yet. Okay. I am going to end it here. We'll start there next time. And that is going to bring us to what may be the conclusion soon. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take to get through the rest of the story. We're obviously quite a ways through it now, though. I mean, we're, at this point, we've gone through several different areas, several different chapters or whatever of the game. So obviously we're getting toward the end game of it. We're just not there yet, of course. So, yeah, because I need to go to bed soon. So I'm gonna end there for tonight. So next weekend we'll be doing the same thing as usual, same times and everything is normal. No early or late or anything like we otherwise would. Thank you. Yep, happy birthday in about 40 minutes. I think it's I don't remember now, but I think I was born like in the morning, I think. Something like 11 a.m.-ish or something, but so it's something like 12 hours from now. I don't know 100% for sure, but anyway. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Okay, so that'll be it for this weekend for the streaming. Next weekend we'll be back on schedule like normal. Yeah, really fast. Because we did I not? It's okay, that's okay. Let me do this. One second here. Okay, let me pull this up really briefly before we finish. Window capture, I want. Might be an existing one, let me see. No, not really. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. It's going to be that one. Okay. Okay, so let me kind of show you a bit. So this is stuff that I'm looking at probably for sure that we will be doing on Halloween. So, okay, so some of these you'll know, some of these you may not know, depending. Okay, Oxenfree 2. We did the first one, so we'll do that. We did not do this last Halloween, so we're gonna do this one. Stray, Amnesia the Bunker, of course. Tiny Bunny we talked about. Sherlock Holmes The Awakened is by the same people that did The Sinking City. So it's the same studio. Stasis, we did the first, and we also did Kane. So now we're doing Stasis Bone Totem, the next follow-up for those people. So a lot of these are the same studio, at least in other games or whatever. Concluse is one from a long time ago that I looked into doing and just never did. So we'll do that. Barrett Foster, which is, I think, kind of a horror mystery something or other, I think, if I remember right. It's only prologue in chapter 1 right now, so that's all we'll do is what they've got. Distraint 2, because we did Distraint 1 already. At Dead of Night, because we did previously Contradiction, the video one of people. This one is, there's I guess a killer in a hotel or something, and it's like clips of live action actors running in hotel hallways and stuff, put together depending on what you choose and stuff. Lunacy St. Rhodes doesn't have amazing reviews, but I've had that on my radar for forever. So Dream of the Witch House we talked about, that's gonna be really good, I think. And The Whisperer is kind of a point and click. It's kind of like a point and click version of a walking simulator around an area where some bad things happened or whatever, and so it's like horror themed. A lot of these aren't super long, but we'll do them anyway. So anyway, that gives you some idea of some of the stuff that I've been looking at. So that hopefully will be good. That's only a month and a half away, so we're getting close. Only another 6 weeks and we'll be there. We will see. Now, if I finish Darkness Within 2, okay, let me really fast. I'm not going to do it in the window. I'm just going to look and see what we have left from 2022, because I feel like we've got most of the stuff done. I realize there is still the final mission for Get Even that I want to do. I have not put together that video. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do it. I put together that video of this is what we know so far. Then we'll do the final mission so we can kind of piece everything together. So there is that. And Martha is Dead. I think it's on not permanent. What do you call it? It's on indefinite hiatus until I replace my graphics card, because it was getting a lot of lag pulls, and that's bad. So I want to wait until I've got a good graphics card to do that again. So, there's Song of Horror. So we might do Song of Horror next after Darkness Within 2. I'm trying to think. I do definitely still want to do Song of Horror. I'm not in a real rush to try to finish that. And I kind of want to finish The Sinking City sooner rather than later. So I might do The Sinking City on the first and the last streams each weekend until we get through it. Maybe that's what I'll do. And then we'll swing back to Song of Horror, which could continue after Halloween if needed. Something along those lines. Anyway, it'll be whatever it'll be, but that's kind of what I'm thinking out loud. So thanks. I mean, if we each got what we deserved, I would be in serious trouble, but that's okay. But I appreciate the sentiments anyway. Oh yeah, thanks for joining me, Fofox, and Penguin. I kept thinking Buttered, and I guess that's part of your name. But anyway, talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.